Mr. Doyle, Michael Cyphers from County Records. Yes, I found the Loomis files you were looking for.
Outstanding. When can I pick them up?
Come by this evening if you want. I'll be working late.
Great. I'll see you in a couple of hours. Perfect. With Dr. Loomis's notes, I can make this book fly and maybe unearth some Myers family secrets. Doyle better show up. It's been a long day. He's one twisted, obsessive SOB. This material's so morbid. Who wants to write a book about this mass murderer anyway? Who wants to look at the crime scene photos? November 5th, 1963. I met Michael for the first time today. I've been told there was nothing left. No reason, no conscience, no understanding, and even the most rudimentary sense of life, death, good or evil, right or wrong. I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face, the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I hope he's still here. I owe Cyphers a beer for this. Take that thing off. Let's go upstairs. Will you call me tomorrow? Sure. No! Michael! God, no! Michael Cyphers! Mr. Cyphers, it's Tommy Doyle. This is amazing. Who's there? What are you doing here? I came to pick up some paperwork from Michael Cyphers. It's kind of late. Did you sign in? Yeah, I was just at the front desk. I was told to come straight back. Come with me. It's time to close up. You got a requisition form for that stuff? I think I left it at the front desk. Okay, you better. Well, that stuff's not leaving this building. Cyphers must be in a can or getting a snack or something. He can lock up his own session. I never forgot my first session with Michael. They were right. It seemed there was nothing left of that boy. Michael may have brutally murdered their sister, but Smith's Grove was no place for a 7-year-old boy. I think it would be wiser if we moved Michael into a private room, gave him a play area for therapeutic reasons, of course. This is a sanatorium for the insane, Dr. Loomis, not summer camp for the naughty little boys. I realize that, Dr. Carpenter, but he's so much younger. Stop wasting my time, Loomis. The answer's no. There were only a handful of other boys in the juvenile ward, but they were teenagers. All were deeply disturbed. Some had killed. For a 7-year-old, even someone like Michael Myers, it was an inhumane jungle. That bed's yours, Myers. Don't cause any trouble, and we'll get along fine. Blair, a boy who was almost as withdrawn as Michael, and like Michael, had killed his sister. Adrian, an idiot savant with an eating compulsion, whom the other kids called Donut. Roger was our biblical expert and a self-mutilator. And then there was Tony O'Malley, a violent psychopath. Being locked away with all these hopeless cases was going to make my job so much harder. So what's your problem? You stupid? You a dummy kid? Leave the boy alone, O'Malley. Go wash up. It's almost lights out. I sense it wouldn't take long for trouble to occur. It took a week. He remained as silent as the grave, but at least he responded. I believed it was a breakthrough. Draw whatever you like, Michael. Of course, I didn't realize it was a sign of things to come. Terrible things. Loomis here. Yes. No, Mrs. Myers. He hasn't said a word yet. I'm afraid this is not a good time to talk. I was foolish, naive. I was both disturbed and delighted. This was the first indication Michael acknowledged he knew what he'd done. Perhaps I could prove he wasn't insane. Would you like to talk about your picture, Michael? Is there something you want to tell me? Of course he didn't speak. What I was searching for was right in front of my eyes.
And the Lord said unto Moses,
5 minutes to Hogan's Heroes. 5 minutes. Still hungry, Mr. Wallace. Hungry. You need to go on a diet, Adrian. Now go to bed. I'll make you talk, Myers. I'll make you cry like a little girl. Ah! What the hell's going on in here?
cry baby, O'Malley's a girly.
You wouldn't think a crayon could do much damage, but O'Malley lost his left eye. Roger, our self-mutilator and biblical scholar, seemed to claim responsibility.
If that right eye offending, pluck it out.
Hi Sam, hard day, huh? I hear there was trouble. Anything to do with the Myers boy? Nothing conclusive, Jennifer. But I have a suspicion Michael is involved somehow. I agree with you. He should be moved to a separate room. And you know Carpenter's totally against the idea. But perhaps you formally supported me. If we spoke to Carpenter together, he might seriously consider it. Exactly. I'll go see our beloved old buzzard of the institution with you on one condition. You take me to dinner. I believe Michael poses a serious threat to the other patients. Dr. Loomis is right. Michael should be moved. No, you're both overreacting. Myers had nothing to do with O'Malley's incident. The boy stays in the juvenile ward. Another week passed. My daily sessions with Michael grew increasingly frustrating. After the drawing episode, he seemed to shut down totally. Not even talking about my own troubled childhood elicited the faintest response. Thinking about the death of my parents when I was 11 depressed me. At least I found I had a friend in Dr. Hill. Like me, her politics were liberal, and we shared the same beliefs concerning psychotherapy. That insanity was possibly the reaction of a sane mind to a sick society. As for Michael, Jennifer agreed with me that the drawing indicated that the murder of his sister was a conscious, malicious act and that he wasn't insane. I've never been close to anyone. I like to keep my distance. My work was my life, but I realized she was special. Soon, my life revolved around our developing friendship and Michael. Always Michael. After O'Malley's accident with the crayon, the other patients kept their distance. A strange silence descended on the juvenile ward, as if Michael's presence had a calming effect on their troubled minds. Perhaps it was fear. Aside from Wallace, the other orderlies kept away from Michael. Nothing else happened until Michael's 8th birthday, November 1st, the day following the first anniversary of Judith Myers' murder. I wonder how Michael might react to the kindness of others. Hey, Michael, happy birthday. Hey, Wade. Freaking kid, that wasn't for you. You goddamn pig. Hogan is my hero. Hogan is my hero. The boy was unconscious when they found him, his entire body covered with second-degree burns. Some areas, such as his face, suffered deep tissue damage. He spent a month in the infirmary. Of course, no one saw anything happen. None of the staff could explain how it happened. All the inmates except Wade were in the dormitory.
He's dead.
Wade died in his sleep, apparently of natural causes. An autopsy revealed no health problems. His heart just stopped. Jeez. Hello? Hello? Just my imagination spooking me. As the years passed, Michael's silence continued. He appeared totally docile. You could say he was a model inmate, except the other patients continued to have problems. Roger committed suicide. He bit off his own tongue and choked. O'Malley became increasingly delusional and violent, but turned that violence against himself. He was confined to a padded cell. By the time Michael was about to turn 14, he had almost forgotten why he resided at Smith's Grove. Then, that fool Carpenter insisted on the Halloween party. This is insane. A party on this night of all nights? Missing teenage boys and girls? Do you have any idea what you might cause? Your prized patient is barely more than a vegetable, Dr. Loomis. I think you're overreacting. Good God, man. Do you think he had nothing to do with those deaths? An accident, a suicide. Myers is barely capable of functioning. If other patients die, then the blood will be on your hands. Sam. Oh, Sam, you know I agree with you, and we both know you can't argue with Dr. Carpenter. But Michael, I'm the center of your world now. You've tried everything you could. He's a hopeless case. Besides, we have other things to think of. I should have stopped the party, even if Carpenter fired me. There's no need to push, Nancy. Haha, Michael's got cooties out, man, out. Nope, Nobody panic, it's okay. Smith's Grove's emergency generators were old. It took minutes for the power to return. By then, my worst fears were realized. Michael, of course, was nowhere near Nancy when she drowned. How did you do it? You are the devil! Damn you, Michael! Say something! Sam, no! It was an accident. Nancy must have slipped, banged her head, and drowned. It was no accident. Enough, Sam. Stop blaming the boy. You said he belongs in the supervised medical facility, like Ridgemont, not here. He belongs in prison. Your talent is wasted here, Sam. Our wedding's 2 months away. I'd like my husband to have a successful private practice. They will find someone else to look after Michael. I didn't want to hear the truth. I needed to think. But Jennifer was correct as usual. I was obsessed with my work, frustrated with Michael, and my lack of progress. I was jumping at imaginary shadows. I shouldn't have left Jennifer alone. Michael? Michael! Stop! Whoever you are, come here! No! No! Why did she go up on the roof? The county coroner ruled it a suicide, but I suspected. I knew the truth. You fooled them all, haven't you? But not me. No, I know. I know, Michael. You are the devil. Now, Carpenter believes you should be moved to an open facility like Naperville. You belong in Ridgemont, somewhere with high security. But that's what you want, isn't it? To get out to kill. Not as long as I live. I knew then that Michael was my destiny. I ceased to be his caretaker and vowed to be his gatekeeper, to keep him locked away. But how do I contain evil? Ugh, tired. But this is great stuff. Gotta make some coffee and keep reading. It's Halloween. Coffee and Jack, the writer's diet. You! It can't be! You're dead! I killed you! Son of a bitch, die! You son of a bitch, wherever you are, I'm gonna find you and finally kill you. You son of a bitch, wherever you are, I'm gonna find you and finally kill you. Crap, the diaries. They better not be damaged. They're okay, thank God. But right now, I need to find you, Michael, while you're weak. There's only one place you would go. Home. For 24 years, the Myers house had haunted Richie Castle's dreams, leading endlessly back to the nightmare of when he met the boogeyman.
He's gonna get you, Tommy.
Yeah, the boogeyman. That Halloween afternoon, Richie didn't know he'd met the devil in disguise. But as he looked into those eyes, the blackest eyes, he knew evil had come to Haddonfield, Illinois. By the following morning, when people were dead, Richie knew that evil now, called Haddonfield, is home. Those 24 years have not been kind to Richie. He never made it out of Haddonfield on a football scholarship. His attempt to be a success in the real estate business went sour during the market bust of the 80s. He lost his wife, his job, his house. Tonight, Richie's gonna burn down the past. Hmm? Oh! Shit, where's that loser?
Yeah, man, Richie better not have skipped out on us with that weed. Hey, look,
It's that jerk Doyle. You crazy fool! You almost killed me! Hey Doyle, you still chasing after the boogeyman? Screw you, Elam. You like that, wouldn't you, you limp-wristed mama's boy? Well, come on. Give it your best shot. Shit, Lonnie and Keith, just what I needed. Don't even think about it, Elam. Little man needs a big gun, huh? I was just kidding, Tommy. I don't have time for your crap, Elam. Come on, you pussy, let's do it. Man to man. Damn. Richie Castle, what was he doing here? Former Sheriff Brackett vowed he'll never return to Haddonfield after Michael Myers slaughtered his daughter Annie and her friends 22 years ago. Where's that freak Myers? He mustn't be in town somewhere. God damn it, Richie. Now I'm going to have to get rid of the body. This time, I'm going to aim for the brain. Maybe that'll finally stop you. I was right. He is here. God. That's Sheriff Brackett. What's Brackett doing here? He moved to Pennsylvania years ago. And who's that he's burying? Who's there? Damn, what do I do now? Police, freeze! This is Sheriff Brackett. I'm a cop. Put that shovel down. Wait a minute. Don't I know you? Doyle? Tommy Doyle? You're no cop. Right. And I was never good at bluffing. But since when did former sheriffs start burying bodies in fields, Brackett? What are you doing here? I could ask the same of you. This is a long way from Pennsylvania. Who's in the car? Jesus, Richie Castle? It was a mistake. I thought he was Myers. Goddamn son of a... Hey. That's Richie car up ahead. You think that stupid bastard's gonna make good on his promise to burn this place down? I'll burn his ass down if he's here. You take the back. Don't we stick together? What's the matter? You scared of the boogeyman? You knew, didn't you? You always knew more than you let on to, Brackett. Oh, I know things, kid. I know things that been eating me up inside for years. Isn't just the Myers family who are cursed. This whole town is cursed. Now you're gonna keep pointing that gun at me? Or are you gonna help me? Tell me everything. Then, maybe I'll help. Keith's right. This place still gives me the creeps. What's that? Jeez, where'd all this blood come from? Richie, you there, man? Haddonfield was one of the earliest towns founded in the Midwest. The name is derived from Hayden, meaning cursed. The devout Protestants who escaped religious prosecution in England weren't the only ones. Some of those contemporaries of the infamous Cotton Mather were behind their pious pilgrim faces, actually worshippers of a far older religion. Druids. During the New England witch hunts, a group of clandestine druids led by one Murphy Myers headed west, fearing for their lives. Myers was the direct descendant of a cursed bloodline. Curse of Samhain was placed upon one of the Myers descendants nearly 2,000 years ago. Every generation of Myers was cursed, while the womenfolk were touched with visions and sometimes the ability to read minds. The firstborn male of each generation carried the seed of Samhain's evil. Richie? Keith? Quit fucking around. Guys, I know you're here. Huh? No. No! How do you know all this? You're part of it. You're part of the cult, like Mrs. Blankership, Michael's babysitter. No. Most of Haydenfield's leading town people are direct descendants of those founding Druid fathers, but not us Bracketts. My grandfather moved to Haydenfield in 1901. So how do you know all this? I was a cop, remember? Cops investigate. In order to appease the gods, the Druid priests held fire rituals. Prisoners of war, criminals, the insane, were burnt alive. By observing the way they died, they believed they could see omens of the future. Michael was never meant to live. For 3 generations, the Myers family had been blessed with peace. None had killed. But that night, Halloween 1957, they knew the evil had returned, stronger than ever. Audrey Myers was tortured by an agonizing 3-day labor. Michael was born at 11:57 p.m. that night. He was the first of the cursed Myers offspring to be born on that day, as if the curse was waiting for a vessel to carry out the ultimate evil. Michael's body may have entered the world that night, but his soul did not. He was stillborn. But that soul, that black-hearted soul, did arrive as night became day, the Day of the Dead. He was officially pronounced alive at 12:06 a.m. and the curse was fulfilled. Michael displayed no extraordinary effects from his dark beginnings. He even sang in the church choir with my younger brother. But the leaders were not so easily lulled into a false sense of peace. They waited, watching for the fury of Samhain to be released. Like a boil, the bubble burst on Halloween night 1963 when Michael killed his sister Judith. Poor sweet Judith, my ex-girlfriend. You knew Judith? In the biblical sense? Yeah, me and half the high school football team too. As it turned out, I dated her for a while before I went away to college. Poor fucked up kid. I heard rumors that Mr. Myers was abusive. Physically? Yeah, he was a disciplinarian. Sexually? Maybe. Judith was a nympho, and there was some strange bond between her and Michael. Maybe he killed her out of jealousy. I never learned the truth about that, but Judith's death led to me becoming a cop. So how did you uncover the other stuff? Historical research, cop work, and Loomis. After Annie died and he saved Laura Strode at the hospital, he gave me his diary, his private diaries. You have them? When Sam died, I received a package, his secret diaries. What? What's in them? I mean, look kid, I'm not getting any younger digging this hole. You gonna help or what? What's that? Thomas Doyle, you have meddled enough in our affairs, and you, Lee Brackett, you should know better than to desecrate this sacred place. But no more. Blankenship, you old witch, you've been helping Michael all these years. Ugh. Where are we? Church basement. Oh, man, my head. What are they gonna do with us? Sacrifices to Samhain. Most likely try to read the future in our charred intestines. We gotta get out of here. Good luck, Doyle. We're tight. No chance. I already tried.
Trick or treat.
I see no point in killing them. The old ways don't work. I'll be a party to no more sacrifices.
They know too much.
Brackett won't talk. One word to the state police and he'll spend the rest of his life in prison for murder. And the Doyle boy has a history of mental problems. Who will believe him?
We cannot take chances. They do not belong.
It's him we should be worried about. We can't control him and
But we can contain him.
Hurry up, don't keep me waiting. That was quick. Take that stupid mask off and kiss me.
Huh? Jackie, hon, you sick?
You must go.
No, you know where he is, don't you? We've got to stop him.
You can't stop him. They think they can control him. The fools. I'll be a party to it no longer. Please, go now.
Oh my God! Bracket, help me! Get out of the way! You son of a bitch! Hang on, Bracket. You're gonna make it. What? You? No! I don't care what it takes. Whatever I have to do to get out of here, I know you're still alive. And I know you'll be back. As a young boy, Tommy Doyle had nightmares about the Boogeyman. The kids at school made fun of him. His parents told him that the Boogeyman was just a figment of his imagination. But Tommy knew the Boogeyman was real. He's dead! I killed him! Tommy, Lizzie, run! I know you're still alive, you son of a bitch. Laurie Strode didn't kill you. I don't care what they say on the news. 2 years ago, Tommy had his last encounter with the evil known as Michael Myers. In the conflict, the Holdenville Baptist Church blew up and former police chief Brackett died. The townspeople said Tommy Doyle was responsible, that he was insane.
Talking to yourself again, Doyle? Only crazy people talk to themselves.
Fuck you, Krug. Remember, no beatings, Mr. Krug. We don't want Tommy's body covered in bruises when the medical examiner performs an autopsy following his suicide. What are you talking about, Wynn? You have outlived your usefulness to us. You will be sacrificed tomorrow. Ritual strangulation, seemingly a suicide. You know he's not dead, Wynn. And I bet you know more about Laurie Strode's disappearance than you'll admit. Laurie Strode is dead. But of course, you're right. Evil never dies. Evil is like a cancer. You can cut it out, but cells will continue to metastasize. Give him the injection. Ah! Ah! I knew it! Don't you ever die, you bastard! For over 20 years, the small town has lived in mortal dread of the Boogeyman. 23 years ago, Lindsay Wallace met the Boogeyman and looked into his eyes and lived to tell the tale. That's what she does now. Tell tales, true stories for a Chicago paper. She's a damn good reporter. Has the awards to prove it. Now, she's returned to tell the biggest story of all. The true story of Michael Myers. Last year, a news report from California stated Michael Myers was dead, decapitated by his sister, Laurie Strode. But after families here over the past 2 decades, and old habits are hard to break. Most folk pack up for the night and drive to Russellville, 30 miles away. It's safer for the children to trick-or-treat there. Lindsay used to love Halloween and scary movies, but after that night 23 years ago, things that go bump in the night hold no attraction for her. That night in the Doyle house, Lindsay and her playmate Tommy stared into the devil's eyes and came within an inch of dying. She saw the face of evil, tasted the razor-sharp sensation of total terror. Since then, nothing Hollywood has to offer could compare with that night of fear. Besides, who wants to scare themselves for fun when you live in fear, jump at shadows, and at age 31 still sleep with the lights on?
Shortly after the murders were discovered at the prestigious Hillcrest Academy, where Laurie Strode, the only survivor of Michael Myers' original mass killing spree in Haddonfield, Illinois, had been teaching under the assumed alias of Carrie Tate, state police discovered the wreck behind me. Nearby, police found the charred remains of an unidentified man whose decapitated body was discovered beyond recognition and whose severed head was missing. The police, however, believed the body to be that of Michael Myers, Strode's older brother, who was incarcerated at the age of 6 in the Smiths Grove, Warren County Sanitarium in Illinois in 1963 after he brutally murdered their elder sister, Judith. Following the death of their parents in 1965, Laurie, then aged 4, was adopted. The Glenn County Sheriff's Department has issued an all-points bulletin as Laurie Strode has disappeared. If you see this woman or have knowledge of her whereabouts, please call the number on the screen. Detective Milo Yablans, who is handling the case, says Strode is not suspected of any wrongdoing, but may be suffering a concussion as a result of an accident.
That was a year ago today. Where are you, Laurie? What happened? Was that really him? So many pieces of the puzzle, so much to try and figure out. Will we ever learn the truth? I couldn't even attempt any of this without the Loomis diaries. Gotta thank Tommy for that one. Hello? 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 Speak up, I can't hear you. Speak now or I'm hanging up.
Just then, an inmate has escaped the Smiths Grove Sanitarium. Thomas Doyle, 32, who was incarcerated at the facility after he was found guilty by reason of insanity of the murders of former Haddonfield Sheriff Lee Brackett and bankrupt real estate tycoon Richie Castle 2 years ago, broke out of the asylum around lunchtime after killing Wesley Krug, an orderly. Doyle, who is believed to be armed according to Chief Psychiatrist Dr. Terrence Wynn, is considered dangerous and is believed to be responsible for the theft of 3 bodies and their headstones stolen earlier this afternoon from the Haddonfield Cemetery. Annie Brackett, Linda Vanderklook, and Bob Sims, the 3 young victims of Michael Myers' original 1978 massacre.
Tommy, what the hell are you doing? I was so close to getting the ACLU to take your case. Hello? Hello? This is a joke, it's boring, and harassment. I have caller ID and I'll call the police if you waste my time again. No trick-or-treating here. Huh? Asshole kids. Maybe it's not kids. Maybe it's... Oh, get a grip. You're jumping at shadows. Ah! Lynn, don't. It's me. Tommy, let me go. Stay away from me. It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. You know that. I don't know what to believe anymore. You killed that orderly. Why did you dig up the bodies? What bodies? Annie Brackett, Linda Vanderklook, and Bob Sims. Jeez, no way. That's it. It's him, Michael. He's not dead. I knew it. Okay, so Michael Myers dug up the bodies. Why would you kill the orderly?
I didn't. Just knocked him out. Dr. Wynn and his culties were going to kill me. They were going to make it look like a suicide.
I don't believe any of this.
It's true. You got to believe me. Did you get the diary? The diary I told you?
Yes, I found Dr. Loomis's diary. It was in Sheriff Brackett's house, just like
I told you.
November 13th, 1970, I received an unexpected call from a woman named Haiti Bartok. She says she knows things about Michael Myers she wants to tell me. Haiti?
Come quickly. Seek shelter from the storm, Dr. Loomis. Are you a man of God, Dr. Loomis?
I'm a man of science.
Unfortunate. Your eyes are closed to what exists outside your rational world. Michael is one of those things.
What do you mean?
You are blind to the truth. Halloween is the night when curtain between the living and the dead is thinnest. The night when true evil walks the earth. The wearing of mask to ward off evil spirits or to become someone else is a powerful form of magic. And magic can be used for good or evil. Michael was born on November 1st, known in some cultures as the Day of the Dead. I was the midwife who helped deliver the Myers children. All 3 of them.
No, Michael was born on Halloween, and there were only 2 Myers children, Judith and Michael.
You are wrong. There was another.
My God. Tommy? Lynn, run! We gotta get out now!
Help! Help! Somebody! The neighbors! There! Help! Gone! They're all gone!
You son of a bitch!
Help! Somebody! This is real! Help! God damn it, this place is a freaking ghost town!
Shit!
Stop! Stop! Help! Come back! Fuck!
Oh God, Lampkin Lane. I'm headed for the Myers house. Fuck running. I've been running for 23 years. They're all dead now, Michael. You killed them. Your sisters are both dead. Lori?
It's okay, Miss Wallace. She can't see or hear us.
You certain?
Yes, and she's hardly moved or spoken a word since that night.
What happened to her? How did she? Why?
Lori is a classic textbook case of psychotic personality transference. She needed to relive the original night of terror. After she killed Michael in California last year, she took his head as kind of a trophy. But that wasn't enough to make the fantasy real. Over time, she couldn't survive without the idea of Michael, so, in essence, she became him.
Dr. Loomis believed madness ran in the Myers family. I guess he was right. What do you think, Dr. Bloch?
When there is a family bond, and the Myers case seems to prove this without a doubt, the depth of the personality transference can be incurable. The only curse on the Myers family was mental illness. Although we can't prove it because we have no records, Dr. Loomis theorized it went back generations, fueled by alcoholism and probably...
What about evil? Dr. Loomis wrote in his diary, evil never dies, it just finds a way to be reborn.
The late Dr. Loomis was a brilliant psychiatrist, but I think he became a little unbalanced himself in his later years. Obsession is like a cancer. It can spread and it could consume us totally, like it did Tommy Doyle.
I don't think Tommy Doyle was insane. It's just, I don't think either of us could get over what happened all those years ago. But I know one thing. This is going to make one hell of a story. Could I have a moment alone?
Sure, take your time.
But what if Tommy and Dr. Loomis were right? What if it's not just madness, but some evil, some force behind our comprehension which caused that madness?